So y'all just sit and watch.
You look like you had it figured.
Thanks for the help.
You James Dutton?
Yes, sir.
Mind if we speak?
Whatever you're selling, I ain't buying.
Daddy!
My family's meeting me here tonight, and we're heading north. I'm gonna keep heading north till I find country's worth the journey.
I admire your courage, but you're gonna pick a fight you can't win before long.
What's that for?
Not sure. But I'd sure hate you don't have it when we find out.
This journey will be dangerous all the way to Oregon.
I believe in you, and I believe in that boy, and I believe in our daughter, and that's all.
You can police yourselves, or I can do it.
We don't control them. It's a free country.
That is a free country. That is no man's land, and that's where we're heading.
Anybody else want to fuck with my family? Anybody?
There's only one killer in Fort Worth, and that's me.
New series streaming December 19th, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Telegram 1883. I'm Bo Fowler.
And I'm Stephen Long.
Stephen, how you doing today?
Well, I'm doing good. I've missed you guys. I've missed our audience. I'm seeing people pour in. Hey there, Joe, Bridget, Christine, Jane, Lisa, Dory, Amber. Welcome back, guys. If you guys are new to watching us, we just want to say welcome. Telegram is a segment where we like to interview directors, producers, actors. Right now, we're on a segment about 1883. If you don't know, Bo and I are on 1883. Bo, why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about what we got going on and the lineup for tonight? What do you think?
We have an awesome show for you. We have three wonderful guests. We have Wagon Master Dennis Moore. Dennis Moore is just a very unique man. He was one of the Wagon Masters on this show. You'll meet him. Sara McNinch. Oh, what a fantastic lady. She actually did double duty on this show. Cherish Thomas, you'll meet her. She was one of the ladies in Dones, in the town of Dones. She's got a really good story, actually, on how she got on the show. We've got some questions, and we got a Q&A going on, a hot topic. We've got some giveaways to give away tonight. It's going to be fun. We're going to have trivia next Wednesday, I believe it is. Stephen, you got anything to add? We got some sponsors we want to thank.
Yes, we do. And I see some people piling in. I'm just going to give them a quick shout out. I know Roanne, she's actually won some prizes from us in the past. So welcome back. I know, Bo, you had mentioned the trivia. Kind of how that works is we're going to ask you guys some questions later on in the evening. First one to respond is going to take home some awesome prizes. And I won't spoil that just yet. But just want to give you guys all just a special shout out and thank you guys for sticking with us. And as far as sponsorship goes, we just want to say just a special shout out to Horn Custom Creations. And I think they're sponsoring our giveaway tonight, correct?
They actually are, Stephen. We've got I don't mean to interrupt you, but we've got a nice giveaway from Horn Custom Creations tonight. I'll show that to you here in a little bit. But it's great. Go ahead, Stephen. I apologize.
Oh, no, you're fine. I see that we got some more people coming in. Hey, Joe. And Shanna
Woods, Diane Caldwell,
Yep.
Michelle Barber. How you doing, Michelle?
For those of you that are in Texas or Oklahoma, let us know how you guys are doing with the storms. I know we're dealing with a little bit of a cold front here. It's supposed to get bad around midnight. Bo, you're dealing with the same, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm out feeding horses, probably three inches of ice and snow on the ground. We're not supposed to get any snow, according to the weatherman, but he gave us some anyways. So yeah.
Well, hey Bart, welcome. I'm seeing some familiar names. I'm also seeing some new ones. We've got a special lineup for you guys. Brandy, hey there. She's from
All in
Oklahoma
Bart.
too,
Yeah.
it looks like. Yeah. Well, awesome, guys. Well,
Christine
we're
D.
excited
Prater.
for tonight's show.
Exactly.
We're going to hold off just a little bit longer before we get started. Thomas, hey, what's going on? Oh, he got the beef jerky. Okay, great.
Yes,
awesome.
Good.
That stuff is delicious.
Thomas, was that good? I told you it was good. I wish we had that beef jerky on this journey. We wouldn't have gotten as skinny as we did.
Yeah.
Freezing in Colorado, Lori says.
Why don't we take a look at Dennis's, one of our special guests tonight, his video and a little bit about him and what's unique to him. Why don't we go ahead and throw that up there?
Hey, it's David Elder for SA Live out here at the Buggy Barn Museum in Blanco, Texas to get a preview of some of the buggies that are going to be at the Western Heritage and Cattle Drive Parade. Let's go check it out.
The Blanco Buggy Barn Museum has one of the largest collections of Western antiquities in the United States.
I always had a fascination for horses and always liked old stuff. I mean, the way it wasn't for the Western Channel, I wouldn't watch much TV.
Dennis Moore started collecting buggies after he was introduced to them as a child.
I remember my dad and my grandpa training, because we had to train the horse, or they did, I didn't, to pull a buggy because they never had. And just listening, I still remember some of the things they taught me back then,
Dennis and his daughter Amanda run the Buggy Barn and give tours highlighting their vast collection.
It's wonderful because I have two children. I have a son and daughter, and they come here when they're not in school and they give tours. They already are learning about it. And my daughter, she's 6, and she'll take people on tours. So she's already fascinated with it.
And not only is the collection impressive, Dennis Moore and his buggies have been in Hollywood movies, including There Will Be Blood, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, True Grit, The Magnificent Seven, and many more.
We've rented to quite a few different movies, and I've been fortunate enough to go work on those movies.
This was used in a TV series Underground, and this one was used in Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Very cool movie, very strange movie. What's really interesting about this one is it actually came from Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
The Blanco Buggy Barn isn't just a museum.
This is the town of Pinemore here. This is the backside of the Buggy Barn Museum. It's now called Pinemore Old West Studios.
Pinemore Studios is a Western movie set that comes with the cast of costume cowboys.
This is one of Dennis Moore's dreams and his delving into his own private movie business, so to speak, and he has, with the help of Randy Bolgren here and quite a few other talented people, transferred a lot of material from other movie sets here in the local area to be used here on the property of Pinemore.
And yes, that means shootouts. When you come out to visit the Blanco Buggy Barn Museum, be prepared to step back in time.
Just a passion. It's definitely not a moneymaker, but maybe someday it will be. But it's just a passion I have, want to give back to the community.
To get more information about the Buggy Barn Museum here in Blanco, Texas, you can go to SALive.com and click on the As Seen on SA Live tab.
For SA Live, I'm David Elder.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for watching that little skit there. We have in the room with us Mr. Dennis Moore. Dennis, how are you doing?
Doing great, Bo. How about y'all?
I'm doing good. How do you enjoy that weather down there in Blanco?
Well, it dropped about 60 degrees today. It was in the 80s yesterday and 27 today.
Hooey. Dennis, what we'd like for you to do is to tell the viewing audience a little bit about you, what you have going on, the Buggy Barn Museum. It isn't just a museum, it's also a film studio, and your experience on 1883.
Okay. First of all, thank y'all for having me on. It's a great honor and privilege. The
Wow,
studio,
right
to
away.
be honest, started with you and Tristan, Bo. Y'all were the first production to do anything here. And of course, we've grown a lot since then. And we've continually added on. We've added several new buildings since you were here. And so
Mhm.
it's a work in progress.
Right,
We've shot
right.
several independent movies here. We got a commercial coming up and another shoot. And so one of these days, I was hoping 1883 would need an Old West town, but they didn't make it. So, but it's coming along real
Oh, that'd be
good.
good.
We're at a lot of props and stuff. We had some wagons on 1883 and my team of horses, and then before that, I was on Killers of the Flower Moon up in Oklahoma. Spent about 5 months on that one with horses and wagons, and so it's been a busy year.
Well, look at this picture, Dennis. Tell us a little bit about this picture, because I know it's been a busy year. You spend 5 months up there on Killers of the Flower Moon, and how many on 1883? But
About 4. So
about 4. Okay, this picture right here. If my producer could put that back up, if she don't mind, tell us a little bit about this picture, where it was taken, and what was going on here.
I believe that one was taken up at Borger, up in that area. We was just out there on the prairie. Now, those are not my horses, but I'm not for sure what I was doing except holding them. That was one of my favorite pictures right there. I think I would have worked for free just to get to meet and work with Sam Elliott. But it was a super nice guy. One of the highlight of working on this show was working with him.
Yes, I've been asked several times what type of guy Sam Elliott was, and the best way I could describe it is you always meet his hand first because he's always got it out to shake it.
That's right.
Really, really, really good guy.
And it's not about him. It's he's very humble, and he's not a big get out in front of the camera a lot, do a lot of talking, but super nice guy.
Right.
When we took that picture, he asked me, said, "You want to get back this way so we can get the wagons?" That was on that tornado scene.
Oh yeah,
it was me and him.
that was a really good say. Hey, there you are, right there.
That's right. I don't know who that little guy is with me.
Oh, I don't know. He looks just like you, same beard and almost the same hat.
I remember when you first came up on that show, you talked to me, and I said, "I don't know who in the world this guy is," because you sure look different than what you did last time I saw you.
Actually, what happened, if you remember, they took us on a set. I'd been growing my beard out, and as I walked past these wagons, people, they had like 20 plus wagons, didn't they, Dennis? Steve, I think you were there as well. Yeah. And I'm walking by these wagons, and I'm looking at each one. Being a cowboy, it's just like looking at a truck, whether it's Ford, Chevy, or whatever. Well, same thing with these wagons. You can pretty much tell the wagon just by the driver, or I could.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at these wagon masters as I'm going by, and all of a sudden I look up there, and there's Dennis Moore. I thought, holy smokes, man. I go, Dennis. Dennis gives me this look of, I don't know who the heck you are. Get out of here. But later I come up to him and we figured it out. So,
that's right.
Yeah. That was good.
It was a great experience. One I'll never forget.
Exactly.
Now, Dennis, I know the common thread that we keep hearing from everybody was just working with Sam Elliott and just how great of a guy he was. Now, I'm interested to know, and I'm sure our viewing audience is interested to know as well, coming off of Killers of the Flower Moon. For those of you who don't know, that is a upcoming film directed by Martin Scorsese. Is that correct, Dennis?
Correct. Yes.
What was a parallel coming like from that to 1883? Because I know we had quite a few people come over, primarily the Native Americans, to 1883, but I really feel like they would love to hear that parallel and that difference.
1883 was more of a family show, more togetherness, whatnot, than what Killers of the Flower Moon was. It was good, but I felt closer to the cast and stuff on this show here. The actors, they were nice, but Robert De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio, they were nice and they'd speak to you, but not in the manner that Sam Elliott did and Tim McGraw, Faith Hill. When they finished their part, they got in their car and left. Whereas 1883, they hung around and visited. So you felt more comfortable, or I did.
Yeah.
More my kind of people, I guess, what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Producer's got a video.
More down to earth, would you say?
I'm sorry?
Hang on
More
just a
down
second.
to earth, I guess you could say.
Oh, go ahead, Steven.
Y'all go ahead. You can throw up the clip there.
Okay. Our producer.
But you know.
Now, you didn't see that on Killers of the Flower Moon.
And that actually happened, didn't it?
It did.
I mean, I tell people that this guy, Tim McGraw, got out there and played football. He threw the baseball. He threw the rope in the steer dummies. I mean, he was out
thinking,
there.
what if he tripped and broke an ankle or leg after fooling around? But, he's just one of the crew. It makes it nice to work with somebody like that.
Right? Exactly. Yeah, it sure does.
Now, what, Dennis? What inspired you to get into this field and to the industry? Because I know on set we had talked, and you clearly have a passion for it. I think you started out with like one wagon, and how many do you have now? I mean, to kind of put in perspective for the audience.
A little over 200.
Wow! You're getting ready to build a bigger barn, right?
Horses. Sir?
I said you're getting ready to build a bigger barn, right?
Well, we're constantly adding on. Matter of fact, I'm going this next week to pick up a few more, so I don't know where I'm going to put them, but it started off as a kid.
You find a place, right?
5 or 6, yeah. I was about 6, 7 years old when I got my first pony, and always loved horses, and I got it the first vis-a-vis to take my kids for the junior senior prom and all the rest of the class. And then I thought, well, I don't have one like that. And the more I got into it, the more fascinated I was with how many types of buggies there were. There's hundreds, I've got over 200, and very few of them are alike. I try to get something different.
Yeah.
And just like automobiles today, everyone's got Ford, Chevy, got something a little different than the other one. And the same thing with the buggies and carriages.
Exactly.
So
Dennis, if you don't mind,
fascinating.
You want to tell our viewing audience where you're located at?
Yes, we're in Blanco, Texas. We're an hour north of San Antonio, an hour west of Austin, right in the hub of the hill country. And so we're close to the Austin film studios and the market there. And we rented quite a bit of stuff to different movies around Austin and throughout several states.
Sweet. Yes.
So it's just a passion, and it's Lord's blessed it, and we've grown to what we are now.
Now,
yeah.
Do you? Because I know you used to. Do you still do? You hold events and weddings there as well?
Yes, we do. We have, matter of fact, in April 21st through the 23rd, we have our annual fundraiser. We have Melody Joe, who's a 10-time world champion knife thrower. This can be putting on a tournament. It's called The Good, the Bad, and the Aces. Her deal is Blade Aces Precision actor. And she's great. And then Dan Mink, the Rhinestone Roper, is going to be here. He's a 10-time world champion knife and tomahawk thrower, and puts on one heck of a show. He travels all across the United States doing shows.
Well, one of our viewers, Christine Prater, says the Buggy Barn is a must-see. Christine, we agree with you. It is one of those places. It's one of those places that it's magical. It really will. It'll take you back in time. I actually have a story because Dennis and his beautiful wife, Kelly Jo, allowed me and my wife to stay there one night. And I'm not going to go into it too deep, but the house that they allowed us to stay in, hooey, scared the bejeebers out of me. But I won't say no more about that. We are getting ready to do a giveaway. Let's, Stephen, you ready? Let's do some Relove Leather. Relove Leather. This lady is just awesome in what she does. And if you listen to the word Relove Leather, she takes leather that normally, you and I would toss in the trash, and she turns around and she makes these beautiful bracelets and everything else. I mean, just absolutely awesome. This is going to be our trivia giveaway. I've got a question. If you don't, Stephen, I'd have to have my
you go ahead, Bo.
Okay, Miss Producer, would you throw this pick up, please? Okay. All righty. Here we go. Everyone knows who this is because we just saw him on episode 9, which I'm already starting to cry because we got one episode left. But the question is, and by the way, his name is Takala Black Elk, just an outstanding man. I mean, just the stories that he would tell were just phenomenal, but he has a heart of gold. But here's the question. What other Taylor Sheridan productions has this character been in? And I'll read it again. What other Taylor Sheridan productions has this character been in? Let's see
Wow, we
what
got some
got.
quick answers, quick responses.
Oh, yeah.
Guys,
Look at that.
don't let somebody type in their answer dishearten you. If you feel like you know something, go ahead and throw it in. This is mostly about audience participation. These trivias, especially our trivia nights, which will be coming up again in the coming week. But it looks like we got quite a few answers up. I think our producer will let us know specifically who is winning. I know we're blowing up.
I'm telling you. Yeah. All right. Stephen, I'm going to do a bonus.
Yeah.
I mean, they think
Okay.
that they're all that in a bag of chips and they got the answers flowing in.
Okay.
Here's the bonus.
Okay.
Producer, would you take that picture down so you can see my camera? The bonus is Brant beef jerky. If you can also tell me what the character's name is on Yellowstone that he plays. You are right. He does play on Yellowstone, but what is his character name? If you can tell us that character name, the bonus is we'll give you some Brant beef jerky.
Heck yeah. Let's see how many super fans we have. And for those of you guys who aren't participating, who are and can multitask very well, if you haven't got a chance, go to both Bo's and I's page to keep up to date and actually view past videos that we have. We'd love to have y'all support, and we've got some really, really, really exciting things coming. But yeah, we would love that. Looks like we've got some more answers pouring in. We're just waiting on the name of Bo. What was the bonus question again?
The bonus question was, in Yellowstone, what was Takala Black Elk's character name?
Well, it looks like we've got the first winner. We got the first winner.
Yeah. Jody Reed Gradius, you are the first winner. You get the Relove leather. If it was my size, girl, I'd wear it, but it's not. We're still
Jody,
looking for the answer on the second one. Go ahead, Steve.
Yep. And while we're waiting on that, Jody, why don't you go ahead and DM us your address and your personal information off of the group chat. That way we can get that out to you as quick as possible. Go ahead, Bob.
Right. Listen, I'm asking all you viewing audience, thank you so much, number one, for tuning in, giving us likes and giving us loves. But we really want to know that you're there. Type in, say hi, tell us how you like the show, tell us what you would like to see or who you would like to see on the show, because we really, really appreciate your input.
Yes, absolutely. This show, the backbone is you guys. We can't make it happen without you guys. And one of our main goals is that we want to inform and educate. And on that note, it looks like you guys are going to educate us a little bit on the correct answer. Bo, it looks like we got a winner.
Yes, we do. Winner, winner, chicken. Actually, winner, winner, beef jerky for dinner. Brandy McCarter, you got the beef jerky. PM us your address and we will get that in the mail.
Congratulations.
Yes. Excellent. Well, Dennis, what do you have going on? What do you have penciled on your calendar and what do you got in the future? Anything?
Well, not right now. Just trying to recuperate a little bit from the busy year last year, and we got our, like I say, our event coming up in April. Get that going, and then from there, hopefully, be something else good come along. You got any pull with 1932?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
go ahead, Stephen.
There's a good question right here, Dennis, that you might be able to weigh in on. It says, how many stunt wagons were used on the project? Would you happen to know that, Dennis? I know for that tornado scene, they had 2 stunt wagons. Isn't that right, Bo?
Actually, yes, they had 2.
And
yes,
then
they
had one for the creek crossing when the front axle fell out. And then
yes,
there was another one. I'm not sure when that one guy got ran over. I wasn't there on that scene, so I'm not
yes,
sure.
we were out in the pasture field, and I remember that. I was this is funny. I got to tell the story because, to be honest with you, we didn't know exactly what was going on. The PAs come up, they gathered all of us up. They said, "Okay, we're going to put you by your wagons." Well, one of the other actors, Paul Bodley, and I, for some reason, we always got pushed to the back of the wagon train, which is okay, but they were filming the scene where the guy got ran over by the wagon way up the front. And for the longest time, Paul and I were trying to figure out what was going on. It was like being on the highway and there's an accident up there. You're getting out of your car and you're looking around, and Paul's looking at me. He goes, "Do you see anything?" I said, "No, I don't see anything." We didn't even know that they were actually filming that scene where that wagon ran over that guy.
Yeah, that's true. Everybody's back of the line or past it. I wasn't even. I was there earlier than we went did something else, so my wagon wasn't nowhere close to it. So
right, yeah.
No, it was. I know for those trick wagons. Sorry, go ahead, Dennis.
I just said it was an experience of a lifetime. It hope to continue it, and like I say, it was a great experience.
Would you do it again?
Well, I think good things to come.
Yeah, do it again. Hope find out something about 1932. My motto is, "Have carriage, will travel."
Absolutely, you're right. I think next time though, Stephen and I's going to ride with you in the wagon.
Okay, y'all did a lot of walking.
I think I could take that challenge.
That's right.
Went through 4 pairs of boots.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Stephen, you did 4 pairs of boots. I went through 2 suits.
How many miles?
Yeah, you did. We're just hard on stuff, aren't we?
I'm telling you.
What'd you say, Dennis?
Does anybody have any idea how many miles y'all walked? Because I know y'all walked and walked.
Oh, Lord.
Probably halfway to Montana.
Yeah.
It felt like.
Well, for our viewing audience, I know we've got some new people joining us. If you haven't got a chance to watch the first part of the stream, don't worry. You can actually go to either Bo or Mai's fan page, like it, and you can actually rewatch or get caught up with what's going on. We have a very special guest tonight, and we've got a couple more. This is Dennis Moore. If you don't know, he's got the Buggy Barn right there out of Blanco. I would definitely recommend checking it out. It's got over 200 wagons, and I mean, just it's amazing to say the least. The town, I mean, you name it. This guy has done his homework. He's a history buff, and it is an awesome experience. Yeah, I'm actually looking at one of your brochures right now, and this one here on the top there,
right,
Dennis, right there. It says from 1862. On a personal aside, my father, he actually passed away back in 2013, and we had the service, and they had the casket actually on one of those, and you know, just a wow deal. I mean, seeing that's one of the things I vividly remember that day, and it was just so elegant, and not to make it morbid, but it was just something that is impressioned in my mind, and I think just a wow. And I'd love to come and just look at the one that you have.
For a special occasion, and that
Exactly.
particular
Yes,
one
sir.
was made in Czechoslovakia in the 1860s.
Wow. Excellent. Well, I hear you're running a special all next week for the visitors that come to visit you and they have children under the age of 18. You're going to give them a free lollipop, right?
That's right. Come on down.
Come on down. Dennis,
There
it
you
was
go.
such a pleasure having you, sir. For you guys don't know this, Dennis is also one of the best storytellers I've ever been around, and he's just such a wonderful man. Dennis, thank you.
Thank you. You checked in the mail.
Yes, thank you, Dennis.
You checked in the
Thank
mail.
you. My pleasure.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Man, what an awesome human being. You know what I'm saying, Stephen? I mean, this guy is just
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't tell him this,
And he's
but
such
sorta
he's
like
such a
father
humble
figure.
guy.
Isn't he? He
Yeah.
truly is.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think it's just a true inspiration. I think some of our fans kind of hit it on the head. I mean, with 200 wagons and counting, that's a passion. And I mean, just to be able to share that with the world, and that's what he's doing. That's what he did on this show, and I mean, just awesome guy. I really hope that some of our viewing audience gets to go by. I know we saw Lisa Bodley. They said that they actually went there not too long ago. So thank you, Lisa, for supporting him and his ventures.
Yes, exactly.
Bo, anything else before we bring on these other guests?
Well, let's thank our sponsors again for tonight. We got Brant Beef Jerky, Relove Leather. We've got Rims and Saddles Production. I'm trying to remember all of these inside my head. I know it's kind of hard, so if I pass over anyone, I apologize. Just thank everybody for tuning in. I am about ready. Are you ready to bring in our next person?
Absolutely.
Okay. We
Drum
are.
roll, please.
Drum roll, please. This lady is just off the charts. She's beautiful inside and out. She actually did double duty on this show. I won't explain it. I will allow her to explain that. But please put your hands together and make welcome the one and only Sara McNinch.
Hey guys.
Sara, how are you doing?
Hey.
I'm so good. I'm in my warm house.
Long time no see.
I didn't have to go anywhere for the podcast. I asked Steve and I was like, I think it's going to be really gross out tomorrow. Can I just stay home and do it from home? He was like, no, we're going to do that anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With this winter advisory,
I-
it's pretty crazy. Go ahead, Bo.
That's basically what I was going to say. This weather is just really, really crazy right now. Sara, you want to tell our viewing audience a little bit about your experience? You have a very unique, I believe, a very unique experience on 1883 because you weren't just an immigrant, correct?
Correct. I did some stand-in work too.
Cool. Tell us about your immigrant work first, and then we're going to get into your stand-in.
Yeah. So I love that picture. That was like one of the days when they were telling us to like do some crosses in the background. So like as a background person, they, have props and stuff. And they gave me a lantern then. And I just thought the light we need was really cool. So I took about 10 selfies and that's the one that we went with. But yeah, I got chosen to at least like kind of audition for it. Legacy Casting had sent me something in my inbox. So I had signed up for background stuff a long time ago and then I just forgot about it. And they sent me something like, you kind of look like you could be a Eastern European person. So we want you to apply for this. So I had to like go back in and like finish completing my profile because it wasn't completed yet. And yeah, I went in for the big thing that they had where everybody was there and they kind of let us know what was happening. And they're like, are you ready to leave your family for like months on end? And I was like, yes, please. And I think the producer used was desperate. He was like, please don't be desperate. And I was like, all right, well, I definitely didn't book this. And then I was very surprised the next week when they're like, no, we want you. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yes.
And of course they asked.
Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah, that's the first day that I did stand-in work, and Steven actually took that picture of me. I saw him taking like really cool pictures of everybody else, and I was like, hey, I need you. He made fun of me because I had the phone with 2 cameras on the back instead of the phone with the 3 cameras on the back, but it still turned out really well.
Well, that's mine. We had to actually borrow somebody else's camera, so that shows you,
There we go.
what it was like.
Yeah, and I think that day, Bo, I got to do stand-in work with you. So Bo was kind of like there holding my hand because that was the first day that I had done stand-in work. I was there for the Native American women, the Comanche women. And Bo was like, hey, Sarah, get over here. Be next to these people whenever they say, there's certain words that you look for whenever they say cut or whenever they say, pictures up or whatever, like to know when to be on or like next to what's happening or like when to get out of the way so that they can start filming. So that was really interesting. It was nice to have somebody hold my hand through that because like everything else for actors, whenever we really want to do something and somebody's like, oh, have you done this before? And when the answer is no, you say yes, right? You're like, yeah, sure.
That's right.
Totally have
That's
done
right.
this before. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, I've never done this before. I need you. So it was nice.
I tell you what, though, girl, you knocked it out of the park. Because they invited you back to do stand-in several times, correct?
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I did work for the Native American women, and then I also finished out the show doing stand-in work for Faith Hill, which is really cool.
Oh man!
Wow.
Now, how was that? I mean, when you knew that you were going to be standing in for Faith Hill, I mean, surely you're like, oh my God, seriously?
Yeah, it's cool already, and then knowing that you're going to be like that close to the action and like you get to see what's actually happening. So like as immigrants, we're background actors for a reason, right? We're like really far in the background. Most of the time we're just like making up our own stories about what was going on. We're like, okay, well, we think that this and this and this happened. And usually we were so far off base, never had a clue what was going on. And then all of a sudden you're kind of like thrust into, right next to the spotlight, right adjacent from the spotlight, but you get to be, front and center to the story, which was really cool.
Sarah, I don't think I've ever asked you. Did you have a preference? I know obviously both being a stand-in and that were probably both great experiences, but did you prefer one over the other, or was one more appealing to you?
They both had like their really great parts. So I don't think I think as an immigrant, we were busy more of the time. Like we had more things to do and we were, kind of like in the scenes more. As a stand-in, it's mostly sitting, waiting for, the time that they need you, and they need you for like a couple of minutes and then you go sit for like another couple of hours. So it really just depended on the day. Like my favorite day on set was when I did stand-in for Jones. So that was the first day that I did it for Faith Hill. There I am. I was so proud. Like I got my little sticker that like to let them know like who the stand-ins were. It said your name and then the person that you're standing in for. So it was Sarah/Margaret. And I was so proud of it. I like made my friend Nash take like 10 pictures of me that day because I was like, look at me, this is amazing. But Rita Wilson was there that day and I got to see her and Faith. I guess they've been friends for like 20 years. And they just had a blast. Like everything that you see from that episode where they're laughing and doing everything like that's them. They were just having a ball that day. So I got to be like right next to 2 best friends, just riffing off of each other and having a great time. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, I bet.
And I got a cool hat. Loved that hat. It came with a toothpick in it. Somebody had like picked their teeth and like stuck it in the hat. And then everybody was like, "Was that your toothpick?" I'm like, no, it's somebody else's, which I guess makes it more gross, but I kept it there.
Well, I just want to say congratulations. I know while you were on the show, you got signed to an agent, didn't you?
I did, yeah. It was late October, I think. So I had sent in some stuff, and then I was like home just for like the weekend, I guess, and was able to go in and do an interview and got my agent.
Well, congratulations on that. You have any projects you're looking forward to? I know Dennis said he would love to be a part of the next installment of 1883. You know, I've heard it on both sides. You know, some of the immigrants, some of that have died off, said, you know, I did it once, don't think I'd do it again. I don't get that impression from you.
I mean, I just love being on set and being in this industry. Like, I would do anything, you know. I even joked with some of the crew members. I was like, you need some crew help, I'll just, you know, come in here and adjust some lights or something. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll still do anything to like just be there and be a part of this experience. It's so great.
Yep. Well, on that note, Bo, I think we're going to go ahead and bring in Cherish as well.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's bring in our second guest. Please, everyone, put your hands together and make welcome for Cherish Thomas.
Hi, everyone.
Cherish, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you guys for having me.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you were part of the Donestown people, correct?
I was. It was kind of an interesting, so I have a totally different story from almost everybody I talked to on set, because I want to say there were 65 Donestown people slash extras. And how I kind of got brought into the fold is one night after my full-time job, I was at CVS Pharmacy, and someone approached me and started talking to me about, hey, can I get your number? I'd like to send you my casting file so you can apply to this thing. And I was like, you know, what are you talking about? And so once he started talking and he said 1883 and Sam Elliott and all that stuff, I was like, oh, I've seen all these people, you know, taking pictures of Sam Elliott and Faith Hill and Tim, you know, at the speakeasy at downtown Amarillo, all this stuff. So I was like, okay, he's more legit. I'll give him my phone number. So he sent me the link, and I'm like, I don't have a headshot. And he's like, just send a selfie, whatever. I'm like, I do have a full-length photo, ironically, which I didn't know would be applicable, but my daughter and I had just taken our family photos. I'm a single mom, and it was me and my daughter in Plotter Canyon, the Charles Goodnight Ranch location. So kind of ironic, but so that's what I submitted. And like 2 days later, I was shocked. I get a deal saying I was cast. And I thought it was even though it said Guthrie, I was like, oh, it must be in Amarillo. They're filming here, you know, all this stuff. Anyway, long story short, that's how I got brought into of all of this, but it was fun.
How was your experience first day on set?
It was amazing. I think I was starstruck, because who doesn't? I mean, we've mentioned Sam Elliott's name like probably 10 times already on this show, but I have to admit that is the reason. And I've even made the joke to Janie Bryant, because what I thought I was applying for was a pioneer woman, and I ended up being one of the 3 ladies of the night. And so they ended up moving my fitting like to the end of the following week. And she said, hey, the main wardrobe person's going to be flying you guys outfits in from LA. And I'm like, well, what am I going to be? And then she said, and I was like, oh, this is going to be fun to explain to my 12-year-old. But it was so fun because I even joked around with Janie Bryant. I was like, yeah, the whole reason why I took this gig was because, I was hoping to meet Sam Elliott. I said, so now that I know what I am, I hope I get to sit on Sam Elliott's lap and flirt with him on a bar. Oh, I hate to break it to you, but that's already been done in Fort Worth. I was like, so anyway.
Now, you guys were in pretty close proximity, weren't you? You guys, I know you said that you had kind of your own hair and makeup trailer. Is that right?
So yeah. Okay. So it was really exciting because of my elaborate hairdo they came up with, which obviously out of the three of us, I'm the 50-year-old and the other two were like in their 20s. So I'm guessing I was the madame, even though they didn't say that. So they had me go to the Star trailer for makeup, or not makeup, but for hair. And so it was really fun. So every day over a 2-different-week period, I was in hair and makeup with, various main cast members. And it was so funny because the last day, the guy who always did my hair, his name's K. Bobby, and he actually won an Emmy for period hair for another production. And he's like, what do all the other extras think about you getting to come to the Star trailer? I'm like, I never even said anything to them because I didn't know if I could. And so he's like, heck yeah, girl, go brag about it today. But that day, Sam Elliott, for the first time, walks in the hair trailer. So every other chance I had to meet Sam Elliott, I was stuck in the bar shooting, or all these guys are getting their photos taken with them. Anyway, Sam walks up. Nobody knows why or who I am or why I'm in the hair trailer, so they all just talk to me the whole time. And Bobby nudges me and he's like, just act normal and talk to him.
Right, exactly.
So, because at first I was just like, but anyway, Sam walks up and he's like, hi, Sam. And I was like, Cherish. And I was like, you just made my whole day. And he goes, well, darling, Cherish, I sure hope your day gets better than I am. And he was just precious. And like everyone says, I mean, he was just salt of the earth, great people. But it was fun because I got to meet Naomi, I got to meet Wade. I can't remember the main German character's name. He was in there. I believe it's John. Is it John or James, the little boy? He was in there several times.
John, yes.
So it was just fun. And even just hearing the hairdressers talk about 1883 and what they do on Yellowstone and all that stuff. It was just a unique experience. And I'm so glad I got to be part of it. And it's something that I never expected. I mean, it was a total fluke that it all happened.
Cherish, let me ask you, is this your first production you've been a part of?
Yes, I had the chance to be part of a production called Leap of Faith when I was 21 in Amarillo too. I just happened to be home and I was out for one of my friend's 21st birthdays, and Liam Neeson sent me and my friend a drink, and we ended up having drinks with them all night. And so they asked us to be on Leap of Faith, but I was home from Southwest Texas, trying to recover some grades to get to go back. And so there was no chance I was getting to miss school to do that. So yeah, this is my first production.
Well, good for you. Good for you. I want to ask
now, what would you say to our viewing audience, or Sarah, you can chime in on this as well, to people that are kind of new to this, or maybe on the fence about pursuing their dream. I know, Cherish, you work for Oracle, is that correct?
That's correct.
So what would you say to our viewing audience? Maybe some words of encouragement, or do it, don't do it?
It was a really great experience. It was something totally different than I expected. I would say absolutely do it. Even if you just do it once, you'll have a whole new appreciation for the industry and what all they go through. because sitting 12 to 16 hours a day in a corset, which I think everyone in the world should like put one on once just to see what that feels like. It's
Yes.
like I literally like at the end of every day, I would like start unbuttoning it on the way, like when we were in the bus, like just to get, because it felt like it was gonna like crush in my ribs. But anyway, I would say pursue your dreams. I mean, I never thought that I would want to do anything like this again. And absolutely, after having this experience, because from the crew to the cast, they were just amazing, craft services, just the whole experience. It was fun, even in 30-degree weather. And I was in a freezing costume. So I would say,
man.
Yes.
Yes.
Sarah?
Yeah, do it. That's my advice for anything is if you want to do it. None of us are getting any younger. Time does not just stand still for you, so you might as well just like take a chance. And what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to hate it. If you do, then you know that it's not for you. And if you do it and you love it, then you know you just keep pursuing that dream and figuring out ways to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
What
the best way I
on
can
that note
describe it is. Go ahead, Steven.
I was going to say, on that note, I think we're going to do another trivia giveaway, and I'll go ahead and ask this question. This one is more for the audience that's been watching this specific broadcast. So I'm going to test y'all's skills real quick and see how well you guys have been paying attention. Where is the Buggy Barn Museum located? Again, for those of you guys who have not played this before, it's first one up. Go ahead, Bo.
Yes. Here is what we're giving away. It is a awesome mug. This is from Broken Horn Creations. Excellent thing. The thing about it, you see that picture? It has my mug on it, and it has Steven's mug on it. So this way, it's small enough you can put in your car, your truck, or even hang it on your horse and take it wherever you want to go. Pretty good little gizmo. I've got one of these myself. And actually, Steven's jealous because he don't have one.
Yeah. Yes, I am. But one of our lucky viewers, Jeff, you got it correct. You're going to have one of those. So I'll have two people to be jealous of.
Yes, Jeff Beard in Blanco, Texas. That's the correct answer. Jeff, PM is your address, and we will get this out to you. I got a question for everybody, and this especially for these two ladies. Are we ready for season 2, 1883?
Yeah, of course.
100%. Now,
now, if you both
partly in Texas still.
Yeah. If you both were asked to come back, would you?
100%.
Definitely.
Sweet. Yes. Taylor Sheridan has so many shows out there that if you can't get into one of these, then you ain't trying. That's the only way I can say it. Whether it's background extra, you got cast in it as a character role for maybe a day player or whatever. If you don't get into one, you ain't trying hard enough. Would you ladies agree?
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yes. Also, I want to run one more thing by you guys. Last week, I had the rare opportunity. I usually don't tell people that my backstory, but I had the rare opportunity of telling people my backstory and how I got into acting. But we've never heard Steven's backstory. So, Steven, I kind of put you on the spot here, but tell us who you are, where you come from, and what the heck you got going on.
Well, for those of you guys who do not know, my name is Stephen Long. I kind of hit on one of the subjects with Dennis earlier. In 2013, the week I graduated high school, my father passed away, and kind of was one of those unforeseen deals, just a really sudden occurrence, and kind of launched my life in a different trajectory. I was going to go to college straight off the bat, but life had, I guess, different plans. So I actually got an internship and started working for a fourth generation landman. And I guess that's going to be the buzzword right now. Taylor Sheridan, he's got another show coming up about, I guess, landman and what all that entails. I did that full time. I worked minimum 14 hours a day, was gone from home, working 360 days of the year. And essentially what that is, and what I was doing, working for a boutique land firm, was that I would actually go out and do title research, purchase leases, and then actually work alongside geologists and engineers and get prospects drilled. I did that full time for probably 6 years. Travel all over Texas. I've lived in every part and had a full-fledged career. But they say God has a bit of sense of humor. You think you got it figured out, and he just kind of pushes you another direction. And that's kind of what happened to me. I had a unique opportunity and did something that I never thought I would be doing, which is acting, and just fell in love with it. And it just gave me an outlet for so much in my life, and I could speak on subjects and help people with tough subjects, and it just made sense. And so I moved to New York, went to the acting studio there, and COVID shut us down. We came back, and I got to be a part of this production and meet all you lovely people. So it's been a very, very interesting deal, but that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
But hearing your story, Stephen, brother, you would be perfect for landman, and I'll tell you why. Is I don't know if our audience knows this or not, but Taylor is the type of guy that, yeah, he's a very creative writer, but he tries to put the experience with the actor, or have the actor come with the experience, if that makes any sense. So you being in the oil industry, Stephen, I mean, landman is Billy Bob Thornton would be right up your alley, I would think. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's so many interesting stories with that. I mean, getting to I'll give you for instance, just a very quick blip, and then we'll move on. But like working in Laredo, that was an experience. I lived there for about 12 months, and I was doing research on Mexican land grants. And basically, what happened, if you guys aren't familiar with Texas history, Texas got independence, and we had to get land assigned to us from Mexico. So if you go into public records, all that stuff is in Spanish. And as somebody who took Spanish 2 in high school, I had a little bit of experience with with that. But being able to translate a document in a legal sense and be able to use it and then follow a chain of title all the way back from the 1800s to forward, that's just one aspect. And really getting to see generationally what people do with what they're given in life. And that's one of the things I think about is so cool about Yellowstone, is that we're watching a show, and basically getting the origin story for something that's huge and massive in this 1883. And that's exactly what being a landman is all about, is chasing those stories. And I've worked on thousands and thousands of title things. And ironically enough, I met one of the guys on 1883 that was a wagon driver that I had helped his family get a lease, and you get to see some really positive stuff. He actually shook my hand and was like, "Man, you guys changed our life." And there is some negative stigma with oil and gas, but there is some good, and I think you got to hit both sides of the coin if you want to ring true to a subject.
Yes, I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. Well, I want to thank our guests for coming on tonight, Dennis Moore, Cherish Thomas, and the lovely Sara McNinch. Thank you, ladies, so
much.
I'm sure the audience loved you as we did. You guys were just awesome to work with. You were just class act, both of you. I need to make a correction. Earlier, I said broken horns. It is Broken Horn Creations. Dory, I apologize. Don't shoot me from Texas, okay? But we're going to put her website up here. If you guys want some of these tumblers, I mean, they are awesome. Not just because they got mine and Steven's face on it, but because they do keep it cold and they do keep it hot. So thank you so much. And Dory, I apologize. So, ladies.
And on that note, I just want to say thank you guys. Yes, Cherish, Sara, Dennis. I know you're still with us as well watching. So just thank you guys so much. Again, you guys make this show happen. And for our viewing audience, I think we've got a lot more to come. Is that right?
Yes, we do. Dennis, welcome back. We were just telling everyone, thank you for coming on the show. Yes, we've got tons of interviews going on. And just let me say this real quick. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but next Sunday, season 1 of 1883 is going to be over. But we're going to continue doing these podcasts with 1883. So this way we can still discuss things, because this thing is actually just blowing up Facebook. It's going crazy. So we're going to keep trying to bring on as many guests as you can. And you never know. You may see some of these guests on season 2. So you got to tune in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, would you guys like to add anything before we go?
I'd like to say it's been a pleasure, and you ladies look nice, and the guys, y'all are okay.
Love it, Dennis.
Really fun. Super great to see Dennis. Always looking amazing as always.
Well, thank you.
Yes, thank you guys for making this fun.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you for inviting me.
That's one thing about, on these shows, everyone that's been on, you meet so many new friends, and just the journey makes it worthwhile.
You're absolutely right. It does. And you meet so many new friends from different walks of life. It's just astronomical.
Yep.
Y'all
absolutely. Some lifelong friendships. And yes. And we're going to drop a link for you guys watching. That way you guys can get clear instructions on how to get to the Buggy Barn and keep up to date with what's going on with Mr. Dennis. In the meantime, be sure to watch past videos. And if you came in late on this one, go ahead and watch from the beginning. We've got some great stories with Dennis, Cherish, and Sara. On that note, Bo, anything else we want to add?
Well, William wants to know, will Bo and Steven wear corsets next week?
Yes.
Did you see that?
Next week. Yes.
I think that you and I should wear corsets if we can get Mr. William to wear one as well.
If I can get Jake to send y'all them, will y'all wear them?
For a quick minute, I'll be honest with you. Mine will be open in the back because I saw what you ladies went through, and I ain't having that. I may be some dumb, but ain't plumb dumb.
Absolutely. Well,
Dennis,
thank you guys.
Yes, ladies. You ladies and Dennis, you guys were awesome. Thank you so much for joining the show. You guys have a good night.
Thanks for having us.
Good night, everyone.
Have a good night, everybody.
Let's go! Let's go! Delta Mark!
When I came up with the story of Yellowstone, I was always fascinated about how it would begin.
We'll head north till I find country it is worth the journey.
It's an opportunity to see Western expansion in the 1870s and 80s, a West beyond the reach of the rule of law. That brought out the very best and the very worst of humanity.
There's only one killer in Fort Worth, and that's me.
And action.
3, take 1.
You are pioneers, and that's all you are until you get there. You have the journey, and that's it.
1883, new series streaming December 19th, exclusively on Paramount Plus.